I'm going to say right at the onset that I'm not a huge fan of these monster heat maps that some people generate. I don't think they're very informative. In our case, I think 5,000 genes might be a little too much to look at one time. So what I'm going to do now is show you how to filter this, and what we're going to use to filter are our scores. And what we're going to do is not want to bias our data set by taking things, the majority of things that go up compared to, say, things that go down. So what I'm going to use is our eventual scores, or the sum of these scores, to basically filter our data set into something a little more manageable. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. In order to filter our data, what I'm going to do is go up here to Stats, and I'm going to go to Descriptive. What I want are column statistics, because that's where all our gene information is in. So I'm going to hit that. So what I'm going to do is filter this on the sum of the scores. Again, I said I don't want to bias my data, so I want to get kind of half genes that go up and half genes that go down. So what I'm going to hit is this sum score. We use median or mean, whatever you want. Again, this is your choice. I hit this arrow, I put in my selected measures, I leave everything the way it is, and I hit OK. So what this is going to do is spit out another table that has all my genes, again my 5,000 genes, and the sum of those scores. To basically break it up into things that go up and down evenly, what I'm going to do is sort. So I'm going to click on my sum column. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to hit Sort Descending. Okay. So now that we have our genes sorted, basically we can use this information to filter our original list. Again, I'm filtering based on the sum. What I want to do is get the top 1,000 genes. So again, I want to go down to 1,000 here. Select right below it, which I did here, and go down. And again, I don't want to bias my data set, so I also want the genes that go down as well. So I'm going to get the bottom 1,000 of those. So I'm going to go down to 4,000 here. Yep, there we go. And I'm going to select 4,000. Now, to get rid of all these genes in the middle, I just right-click on the selected area and I hit Filter Exclude. So now we are left with 1,000 genes, the top highest and lowest based on the sum of those scores. So now what we can do is go to our original data set. I can say filter, and I want to filter my columns because that's where the genes are. And I'm going to say filter columns based on a list, which is the last choice here. Once I click on that command, this window comes up. It'll ask me which spreadsheet I want to use to guide my filtering. This is the one we just created. And again, I'm using the gene symbols. The key column is gene symbols to filter my columns in my original data set. All I have to do is hit OK. And originally this was 5,013. Now it's 2,013. So our filtering works. So this is what we're going to use to now create our heat map.